Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nor Jibril B. Salik from the Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English 2B. Today we are going to talk about the do's and don'ts of extemporaneous speech, impromptu speech, manuscript reading, and memorized speech. Number 1. Extemporaneous speech. An extemporaneous speech is a planned speech that is delivered in a conversational way. Now let's talk about the do's of extemporaneous speech. Number 1, prepare your topic. Research your topic, organize your thoughts, and practice your delivery. Number 2, use notes. Bring notes to guide you, but do not read it from the notes directly. Lastly, engage with your audience. Make eye contact, vary your tone, and use body language to connect with your audience. Now let's move on to the don'ts of extemporaneous speech. Number 1. Do not directly read from the script. This makes you look like you are unprepared and unengaging. Number 2. Do not apologize if you commit mistakes. If you commit mistakes, just keep going and move on. Lastly, do not get caught off on your notes. Do not forget to make eye contact to your audience. Now let's move on to the impromptu speech. Impromptu speech is an unplanned speech and it is delivered on the spot. For the do's of impromptu speech, number 1, stay calm. Take a deep breath and calm your thoughts. Number 2, focus on your message. Remember what you want to say and try to stay on your topic. Use the context and surroundings to add flavor to your speech. Moving on to the don'ts of impromptu speech. Number 1, do not panic. It's okay to take your moment and collect your thoughts and don't let your fear take over. Number 2, do not apologize. Do not apologize for being unprepared and go with it and try your best. Lastly, do not try to be perfect. Impromptu speech is all about being spontaneous and authentic. Moving on to the manuscript reading. Manuscript reading is a speech that is read accordingly from a written text. For the do's of manuscript, number 1, practice your delivery. Rehearse what you're reading to ensure a comfortable with the material. Number 2, use inflection and emphasis. Add emphasis to your reading to bring the text to life. Lastly, make eye contact. Look up from your manuscript occasionally to engage with your audience. Moving forward to the don'ts of manuscript. Number 1, do not read in a monotone voice. Vary your tone and speech to add interest to your reading. Take pauses and breathe and give your audience a chance to absorb what are you saying. And lastly, do not neglect your body language. Stand up straight, use gestures, and make eye contact to engage with your audience. Lastly, a memorized speech. A memorized speech is a speech that is committed to memory and delivered without a notes. The do's of memorized speech. Number 1 is to practice. Rehearse your speech multiple times until you have it on pat. Number 2, use visualization technique. Imagine yourself delivering a speech successfully to boost your confidence. Lastly, focus on your message. Remember why you're giving a speech in the first place and try to convey your message with conviction. For the don'ts of memorized speech, number 1, don't try to memorize a long speech. Keep your speech concise and focused. Number 2, do not panic if you forget a line. Just pause, take a deep breath, and move on. Lastly, this is the most important part of the all speeches, is do not forget to engage with your audience. Make eye contact, use gestures, and vary your tone to keep your audience engaged.